The purpose of this video is to show you where everything is and how it all works together to complete the course. So once you log into the course, let's talk about a few things. First, up here at the right is the inbox, and there would be a little red circle there if you had something new that you hadn't read. And it's important to be able to use that to send messages to your instructor and to get answers from your instructor there as well. If you click on your name, it will take you to your preferences, and there you can set notifications. And if you haven't already done it, I would strongly recommend that you have notifications when an announcement goes out in this course, because your instructor could be sending out announcements, important things you need to know fairly quickly. You can also set it to let you know when you have a new message and so forth, and you can choose how to have it let you know, to send you an email to an account that you check a lot, to send you a text message, whatever. You can pick those preferences there, and if you haven't done that, I'd recommend you doing that. Now over here on the right is just a quick to do. It shows you sort of what's coming up due and when, and it has hot links so you could actually click and get to the assignments there. And then down below that's course groups, which you don't really need to worry about, and then it talks about some things coming up, and then below that is recent feedback. So assignments that have been graded, you can look at those kind of quickly to see what's going on. Now over here on the left hand side, you could get to the announcements here if you wanted to read one or refer back to one again, but again, as I told you, it doesn't really let you know when you have an announcement when you're in at this view, so I would recommend having it notify you when there is a new announcement. You can get to discussions here. The discussion postings that we will do, a lot of them will be sort of embedded within the course, as you will see as well. Here you have a grades link, and if you click on that, you can see your grades so far, and you can see each of the assignments and what grade you've received. A couple of things to notice: when you see something like this, it hasn't yet been graded. Something like this one has been graded and shows you your grade and out of how many, and so you can kind of look down through. If you see a picture of a little assignment, again, it means it has not yet been graded by your instructor. Now a few other things as we scroll down here that I wanted to show you. If there is something that you've submitted, I guess there isn't in this one, but that you have not yet looked at, you will see a little blue dot over to the side, and it just lets you know that it's something new that's been submitted that you haven't looked at. Also, if you have submitted something and your instructor has left you a comment, in this far column you will see the little conversation bubble, and you'd know that there's a comment there, and you could click on that and it would let you see the comment. Please complete your work in pencil, so you can erase, or at least if you end up with an assignment like this, recopy it before submitting. Now often when you turn in something, your instructor will actually open your assignment if it's a PDF and annotate on that, putting on some comments, some helpful hints, whatever, and you won't be able to know that or see that unless you go into the assignment. So if you click on the assignment itself that you submitted and then you click view feedback, you will be able to see the annotations that your instructor has made. So anything that's kind of written here, you can go through and look and see what that is, and this needs to be in miles per hour and so forth. And then also if they had left any comments typed, again, you can see them right here, and you can see on an assignment like this why that was written to this student. If we look back here on the left, you could also click on modules to kind of see where you were working through it. It's not necessary if you sort of follow the link, as we will see, but you could. And then right here on conferences, your instructor will hold virtual office hours here, and so if you would like to meet and get some help, you can contact your instructor through messaging and figure out a time, and then you could go here and join the conference and be able to see the screen. Your instructor could write and you guys could talk. The other use of conferences might be some kind of a class review talking about material, and you would be notified of the conference. You typically receive a message that has a link to get to the conference when it would be, and if you didn't get the link or you needed to get into the conference, so you could still click on conferences. It would be listed here with a little join button, and you could join. So now let's see, always you can click the home button to get back to the main screen, and we can see that things are based around these 15 problems, and it's important to go through all of the orientation materials first, and you obviously are watching this video, so you found them. It's important to watch all 4 videos and to submit all pieces to the orientation, and the way you can find the next one is you just simply click next to get to the next piece. There's an orientation quiz that you need to get 100% on, and you can take it as many times as you need to, so go ahead and do that, and then we'd click next, and this is an introduction to MyOpenMath, and MyOpenMath is where you would work and submit answers online, and this kind of shows you how to enter answers, and so it's kind of nice because you can click on the question. It's kind of defining for you how to enter things, and then you can type them in. And this little preview button right here is nice because when you click that, you can see actually how the computer is interpreting what you enter. Also notice when I click in an answer box, I get this little arrow, and if I need to, I can click this arrow and it will give me some symbols that I can easily pick some of the things I may want to enter into an answer. So if you're like, how do I get absolute value signs on that thing? Well, that's how I get absolute value signs on that thing. So you actually have to click in the answer box to get the arrow, and then you could enter that. Notice it appears here like ABS3, but I can also always preview it to see what the computer is interpreting that as. Now you can jump around to these questions. Once you answer a question, we'll need to hit your submit button, which is down at the bottom here. So we want to make sure that we put in whatever we're supposed to put in. I'm just going to put in something here, and then we need to click submit. And once you click submit, it was telling me I haven't answered them all, which I haven't, but anything that's wrong will be in red, and anything that is correct will be in green. I didn't have anything correct there. You can always go back to any question, and you can try a similar question, or you can reattempt the question so you can fix it. Here's one that's correct because it's in green. This one I need to do what it says here, so it says around it to 2 decimal places, so I can do that, and then I can go down and fill in the rest and so forth. There's only one more, but I'll just go ahead and click submit. It's telling me I didn't answer the last one. Notice now the one I had wrong is in green. So you can always reattempt or try another version so that you can get all of the points on these, and this kind of gives you a progress screen on how you're doing. Okay, I was going through the orientation, so I'm going to go ahead and click next, and the third part of the orientation is a communication. You can read and do what it says there. Then I'm going to click next, and the fourth part of the orientation explains to you about testing. You will actually take your tests at the Instructional Testing Center on a tablet computer, so you can just write right on the screen, and then you'll be able to submit them. So this kind of lets you get a feel for how that will be, and you get to try that. There'll be a week or 2 where you can actually go to the testing center and try the tablet when it's not a test if you're nervous about it, so you can see. I've had students try this last semester and everybody was fine with it. Okay, so after we're done with the orientation, then I can click next, and it takes me to the next thing I'm supposed to do, which is the Algebra and Trig review. I'm actually going to click back to the home screen, however, because I want to show you that right here in the middle is course information and resources, and that's really an important part of the orientation too. It is where you get the syllabus. It's a little bit lengthy, but it has how everything works, how the grading's going to work, etc. So really important to have a look and read through that carefully. Here is the schedule. It's a very rigorous schedule with something due just about every day because there's a lot of material to be covered in this class. Then we'll go ahead and open this, and I would highly recommend that you print this out for reference. You can print it out in black and white if you want. It's kind of color coded here to help you see the important dates, but very important to have this for reference. You can see something is due just about every day. Now we're going to explain about the discussion postings and responses, and the reason these are in red is because these are absolute. These will not be accepted late for any reason because it involves the interaction with the class, and so you need to make these discussion posts on time. They'll be explained in a little more detail in how to work through a problem module. So print this out for reference. It will help you to keep on track with everything. Here's the course objectives and some important information for course survival. This course takes advantage of open educational resources. Basically what that means is there is no cost for you for a textbook or for the software that's used. So that's pretty awesome. There's some quality resources in there. Here are some links to some of the calculus books that are available online for free, and actually the first two are also available in a print version if you're interested in ordering those. We have the information for just a nominal cost if you really want a hard copy. Within each of the modules on the content pages, there's links to the pertinent section from the textbook where you can go and you can read that, so you don't need to print an overall book or to look at the overall book, but they're just referenced here if you're interested. Here are sites for two good resources for extra calculus videos, and they're indexed by topic. So lots of great things under the course information link. Now I'm going to go back and click on this algebra and trig review. And let me just actually scroll over there so we can see it kind of chopped off a little bit there. This would be the next thing that you would do, and it is important to know algebra and trig in order to do calculus because it'll show up all of the time. So there is a three-piece review that goes through some of the things that you would need to remember from algebra and trig to be successful in calculus. So it's in three different parts. One of these is basically about graphing functions and reminding you about that. Then some algebra review and some trig review. If you find you're rusty, there are also some resource videos here that can help you to review some of the things that you are rusty on. So after you get those done, you will submit those, and this one has already been turned in by this particular student, so you would just simply click submit assignment and then you would upload it as a PDF. Okay, let me go back to the home page then. And after you get that review done, you're ready to start through our 15 problems. There is another video that talks to you about how you work through a problem module and how each piece of that problem module works. So you'll want to watch that, and then you will know how the course works.